Hello, guys. Good day. This is Anne of Reinforcement Club, your fellow positive reinforcer. Today, I'm just gonna share to you this saying, or it could be a quote, that be careful what you wish for, because you might gonna get it. So, yeah, that's actually happening. Way back when I was in my college years, I was looking at the nurses wearing white. They're already nurses. Wearing white, going to work. And every time I see them on the street, while I'm on my way going to school to to study nursing, I told myself one day I'm gonna wear those uniforms and I'm going to work in the hospital. And I keep telling myself a couple of times whenever I see this nurses, it could be doctors, I see them on the street while going to work. They actually commute, and some of them, they have their own cars. And then after I graduated, and I finally worked as a nurse, and finally I was able to wear those uniforms, and then I was able to finally work in the hospital institution. But then I realized, yeah, this is life. This is not just nursing. This is life and death situation, because I got to deal with those patients who are 50-50. I got to deal with myself, which is life. I got to deal with different personalities, my colleagues, and we got to work together. I mean, what I've found out is that, whenever we look at the better a better option, should I say, greener pastures, I've realized that, we as human being, we are prone to comparing ourselves to others. We are prone to looking at the other side of opportunities, which we think, quote unquote, we think is better, but we are just scratching the surface of it. And by the time when I became a nurse, then I realized, oh my gosh, I do I still want to be a nurse? And I was asking myself after a year of working as a nurse, with all the night shifts and stress, hustles, and then our managers are calling us during the stormy time or epidemic, that if we could ever go to work in our day off because we're understaffed, and it's all hectic. And when I look back, thinking about those college days when I thought about becoming a nurse, you know if I can only talk to my younger self, that look, I mean, are you sure? But initially, working as a nurse, in some point, any nurse could, or should I say, most nurse would happen to really rethink about the profession itself, because it's hectic, and sometimes you have to do nights, and you got to deal with yourself, with your family. Plus, you have to care for other people who are sick, who are healthy, in all sorts of situation, under health. So, yeah, I was looking at the greener pasture, which I think is better, and then I realized that yes, indeed, it was better, but it was never easy. And then when I became a nurse, I realized, maybe, since I've already suffered as a nurse, why can't I just get another job somewhere in abroad? And then I went to abroad. My first country was KSA, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And then when I went there, yeah, I love it. I love the experience. It taught me a lot. I love the equipment, the facilities. I love the work areas, but it's still much hectic. But at least it's complete. You have all the facilities. You don't have to complain about the equipment, anything missing. You just have to look after yourself and your team and the patients. That's all. The hospital, the institution, well, they take their part seriously. They provide us what we need to take care of the patients. It's quiet, it's the same thing, hectic, but the compensation was better, but the same thing. It's hectic. Culture wise, yes, it was completely different. And then here I am again, way back that time. I worked for 2 years in Saudi, and I thought about maybe I could go somewhere else better, looking at the greener pastures again. And then it happened. Now I am in Europe, I'm in Ireland. I realized that, it's still the same. But by the time when I got transferred in the outpatient department, I finally told myself, like, maybe this is what I'm looking for. I got a quiet life. The salary is completely basic. I don't get the night shift differential, how do you call that, type of salary for night shifts. And I don't work much in weekends because, I only work on Monday to Fridays and half day on Saturdays. So that's my working hours, 3 to 4 times a week. And then I don't deal much with complicated patients. I finally found a place to rest, to settle down. Not settle down like in the retirement phase, but in the meantime, I love where I work today. I've never ever experienced this type of work in my whole life. I was dealing with different people, different experiences, which I love most. I love those experiences, clinical experiences, which can make me feel like I'm getting better because I'm working with smart people, much experienced people, and I love working with them. They make me better every time. This time I'm in the outpatient department, so I don't deal with complicated patients at this point in my life, in this phase of my life. But I think when I look at my younger self once more, that I think I can tell myself, like, look, you were absolutely correct. This is a greener pasture. And I also believe that nothing is permanent. I know the world is changing, and I'm also ready for that. And with this statement that be careful what you wish for, because you might gonna get it. Well, that's actually indeed true, because when I was in college, some of my friends, they were just they talked themselves out. They talked to me, to themselves, that they just want to be a single mom, and yeah, it did happen. So be careful what you wish for, because you might gonna get it. Yeah, they became single mom, and some of them, they finally found a good partner after giving birth without a husband, and they finally found a partner along the way. But initially, they just want to be a single mom, and then they realize that maybe it's better to find a partner, and then they found a partner. Some of my friends in the Philippines. And there's also one time when I told myself that I want to buy. This was also way back in college. I told myself that all I want in life is to have a house and a car for myself. And then it did came true after more than 15 years. So be careful what you wish for. And now I am much careful what I wish for. So I'm talking about the things that you're telling about yourself. Then, the way it's in the Bible, the start of creation is in your thoughts and in your words and in your action. The 3 levels of creation: thoughts, words, and deeds. So when you keep thinking about it, eventually you're going to do it. You're going to say it to yourself, and then you're going to do it. So if you ever just want to look at another greener pastures for yourself, maybe I would highly recommend that it must be something for the betterment of yourself, your well-being, your career, your family. So I would highly recommend that if you want to have a greener pasture for yourself, maybe you could wish something, a good health for yourself. Or seriously, like, tell yourself if you want to be rich, then not just wish, but I am rich. Just claim it. I am rich. I'm a millionaire. €1,000,000. Since I'm in Europe, €1,000,000 per year. Say it to yourself every day. Claim it. Since, anyway, dreaming is free, and there is this so-called be careful what you wish for, because you might gonna get it. Then you'd be happy enough to get it. That's for your, wealth and then relationships. So if you're single, you might want to pray every day. You might want to tell yourself that, I am looking for this type of person who is thoughtful, tall, dark, and handsome. Sometimes we mistakenly like tall, dark, and handsome, but you have to be clear to ourselves about that. And to be able to get a good partner for yourself, I think since we're looking for a greener pasture, we have to be like better. We have to better ourselves too. We have to be the kind of person who deserves it all. Since we thought about it, we want to be rich. We want a handsome, good-looking, high-performing partners or husband or wife. Then be that kind of person who deserves this kind of partner, romantic partners. And if you want to be rich, then maybe thoughts, words, and action, you might want to, do something in your spare time. Learning about marketing, learning about product creation, how to build a business. When you keep saying something to yourself that you are this kind of person, eventually it's going to happen. And it's just a matter of time that you're going to get what you want. You might just get it. So be careful what you wish for. Wish for the best for yourself. In terms of your relationship, health, and wealth, wish for the best. Wish for a greener pasture, which is good for the betterment of everyone around you. Then eventually you'll become that person in a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. As long as you're doing something about it, dreams do come true. So that's what I've learned in life. And my greener pasture kind of thing, and this so-called be careful what you wish for, because you might gonna get it. Look, I'm taking this seriously. I'm still wishing for more, although I'm happy for what I currently have. And since dreaming is free, then why not use it? Why not do something about it? A little bit each day. Believing that it's going to happen. Because you'll never know, you might gonna get it. So I hope this message means a lot to you today. If you love this episode, you can share it to your family and friends. You can follow me in YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, even in Amazon Music. Reinforce Big Love. By the way, this is Anne, your fellow positive reinforcer. I do appreciate your time and have a lovely day ahead. Thank you. The way it's winter, it's colder. But think positive. Be careful what you wish for, because you might just gonna get it. So wish for the best. Wish, claim the best of the best for yourself, for your well-being, for your family, relationships, and all. Good luck. Happy days. Thank you for your time.